What's good, math family? In this video, we're going to break down how to use properties of exponents to multiply radicals that have different roots. Starting this video out, the first concept we need to understand is exponential form versus radical form. So I'm talking about these expressions right here. So we have x to the a over b, and if we convert this, which is exponential form, right, to radical form, we need to be able to identify where those rational exponents would be for that fraction. So we're talking about a and b. And like I said, this is radical form. Now that we understand that, we could go ahead and break this topic down. So when we look at radical 3, when we convert this from radical form to exponential form, this is just saying 3 to the 1/2 power. And we're going to multiply this by the cube root of 9. So when we write the cube root of 9, it's going to be 9 to the 1/3 power. Now with properties of exponents, rational exponents at that, we know that the base has to be the same, right? Right now the base is not the same. So let's take care of that. So 3 to the 1/2 stays the same, family. And we could write 9 as 3 squared so we have the same base. Bring our exponent down. Now at this step, we have the same base, so we are able to multiply and add our exponents, but our exponents are fractions, and for us to add those fractions, they have to have the same denominator. So we're going to change both of those denominators to 6. So I multiply 1/2 by 3, right? So we get 3 to the 3 over 6 power, multiply, and on this side, to get 1/3 to a denominator of 6, we got to multiply by 2. So this is 3 squared to the 2 over 6 power. Now, before we actually add these fractions, we have to take care of the 3 squared. So we're going to actually multiply our exponents. So I have 3 to the 3 over 6, and we're multiplying this by 3 to the 4 over 6 power. Just remember, when we multiply fractions, numerator with numerator, multiply denominator with denominator. So now we are good, family. We are able to add these, and once we add them, we're going to get 3 to the 7 over 6 power. So this would be our answer. We probably would not see it expressed this way, though. The two ways we could possibly see it expressed, right? Let's break this down. This will be 3 to the 6 over 6 times 3 to the 1 over 6. Remember, when we reduce this to a fraction, this is just 1. So anything to the first power is just itself. So this stays as 3. And we can leave it in exponential form as 3 times 3 to the 1/6 power. Or if we leave it in radical form, this would be 3 times the 6th root of 3. So these are our two answer choices. You probably won't see it like that, but you may. Now, what we're going to do now is switch over to radical form. So if this was something that you weren't familiar with or you need more practice, we could kind of manipulate it to use radicals instead. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up off this step, right? So we have 3 to the 1/2 times 9 to the 1 over 3. Now we go through the same process, right? We're trying to get common denominators. So when I have 3 to the 3 over 6 times 9 to the 2 over 6, we start noticing something, right? We notice that we now have the same denominator. So let's say I took this one step further, 3 to the 3 over 6 multiplied by 3 to the 4 over 6. So what I did here, family, was I just skipped this step where I multiplied, okay? So now we have both same base, right? And we have the same denominator for that fraction. So let's say we converted this back to radical form. What I would have, and you know what? Let's split it first. So I have the 6th root of 3 squared multiplied by the 6th root of 3 to the fourth power. So remember, when we were multiplying radical expressions and we had exponents, we could just add those properties of exponents. And this is what I mean. So, and let's switch colors. So let's say we had radical x to the third times x squared. If we had this type of problem, right? Same root, we just multiply, and we would be simplifying x to the fifth power, right? Or this would be our answer basically. So we're going to apply that same concept here. So I'm going to put this all under one radical. So now we have the sixth root of 3 to the third power times 3 to the fourth power, right? And let's just erase so I can get a little bit more space. I'm sorry, family. I didn't want to erase these answers. I wanted y'all to be able to look at both of them. All right, so let's just erase right there. So from this step right here, I combine. So what I get is the sixth root of 3 to the seventh power, right? But once we break this down, this is what this is saying. So remember, it's the sixth root. So we could pull out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 3 on the outside. And then under the radical, we have the sixth root of 3. And we have the same exact answer as we just had when we did the exponential form. So if you're trying to multiply a square root with a cube root, rational exponents is going to be the method that you're more than likely going to have to use. I really hope that this video was helpful for you, family, and broke the topic down and made it easy for you. If it was, smash the like button for us, subscribe to our channel, and leave comments down below if you have questions on this video or if there's topics you guys would like to see um, on our channel in the future. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support and watch Algebra 1 with Mr. Peters.